Now Hurts will turn and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down, here's Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. His 19th touchdown now of the season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Jordan Addison in the offense, out for another drive. That's really been a blistering start to the season for him so far. He's on pace to blow past 1,000 yards. The good receivers, it's interesting, though. You put extra coverage on them, they probably view that as a challenge. All right, I'm going to go after this. You put one guy on them, then they feel disrespected, and they want it to. So how do you cover him?
You're exactly right. That's an insult, right? Especially the year that he's having. But I just have to go ahead and I'm not going to insult him. I'm going to respect him. I'm sending as many people as possible. But one of the reasons he's having this type of a start is despite that type of coverage, he finds a way to what we call uncover late. Ball's thrown, even though there's coverage there, he's the one who can go up and come down with it, finds a way to get to the football.
And the offensive line has given them time in the pocket to have that uncovering late. Back to the air on second down. It's Lance. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Jalen Carter in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
If they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And pressure gets to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. It's fielded at the 45. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. He's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throwing the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now.
Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. 2nd and 5. As they've got it as we resume action. On 2nd down, Washington. And he's going to be met at about the 43. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get the play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
On first, here's Washington. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Staying on the ground with Washington. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Washington. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
Oh, shit.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Yeah.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Draw play, Washington. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Good job.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're
You don't
down.
want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Over the middle, complete. That's Osborne. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And the Vikings first down.
Lance now to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Lance. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to take this close to the 1st down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 19-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Lance looking to throw it. Pass caught here by Osborne. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll be out of bounds after a short pickup, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Now Lance throwing on 2nd down. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Throw left side complete. That's Washington. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Eagles continue to pull away here in this first half. In the second quarter and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
And now out comes Minnesota.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
The Lance going to throw.
No way.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
Now they work this well upfield across the 45. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Lance now on first down.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
Well, Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Boy, Charles, his offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big string like that really adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the round is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Lance to throw on second down here.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
On first down, Lance. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On second down, here's Lance.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, and it's the Giants who are out in front. Paris Campbell, a touchdown reception. Next, we head down to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Isaiah Pacheco, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Calvin Ridley, a touchdown reception. The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He had it going right away. 2 touchdown passes in the first quarter, 2 more in the second. 4 touchdown passes all told. And he's likely not done yet.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway.
Taken at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
So here are the Eagles to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss. 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They were maybe hoping for a little bit of a back shoulder fade there, and that's a play that's been in vogue the last few years in all aspects of football. But they couldn't get the hook up there.
2nd and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. A good pickup there at 22. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They go play action with Hurts.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Hurts.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long.
They'll drop to throw. Got an open man. It's Washington. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Albert O, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the 1st down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a 1st down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose. But you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the...
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now. And if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
It's taken to the 26. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
First down, and they go with Swift again. Shifts past him at the 45. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. But first down, Hurts. He'll get this off to Swift. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down. Throwing is Hurts. It's caught on the right side, it's Smith. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Daniil Hunter, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Oh.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. 30 yards. And the Eagles have got it on cruise control. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. Now a play fake. Lance. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone...
You?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Because I should have.
switching over to Bluetooth.
I aspire to keep by.
Okay. The Lions. Remember that when I called you from my laptop? Wow, yeah, we fucked up. Got it. I'm not sure about that. I thought huh?
Around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Well, what happened?
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Yeah, that's a loud
first
shot
down as
there.
he's brought down up near midfield. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Oh.
The second half is better.
Yeah.
You've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On first
I didn't know if it was a coyote or what.
And a quick throw here.
Outline.
Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Brought him a little extra space.
I think the best
That's some
offenses
crazy
love to
nut
give
ass.
the ball to their
Yeah.
running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Yeah, I didn't feel good sleeping, man. Trying to catch this.
And the stop here will come.
I'm trying to catch a piece of sleep.
7 yards.
I'm hearing the can rustling in the back. I'm the only person here.
This guy, he's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
At least I don't feel the wind blowing. So who's blowing the wind over there?
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance.
I was about to call top 5.
To Addison. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first
That was
down.
my next move after that.
It's a gain of 9.
I said
Second and a yard at the 20.
I said my next move after that was called Kai Spire, whatever the fuck y'all be calling. That was my next move after that. Word, somebody come get me, dude. Kai Spire, X5.
Has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Second down and a
They
yard.
said I'm the only person here. I locked the front gate. That's like 2 miles up.
And they faked the handoff.
I'm
Now
here
Lance.
wrestling with the can like it's right around the corner.
They'll get just a couple, but the sticks move again.
They said I'm supposed to be the only person here tonight.
In a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. So he used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Man.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
On the email, yes, he did.
2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line.
It comes with mixed emotions that I have to deliver this. But I found a dream job opportunity I can't let go.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 6.
One man trash. It's truly another man's trash.
To throw, it's Lance.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers.
They ain't like being our people.
And an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And this offense on third down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6.
So we had to go.
No gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really
he's like my man in the Lord of the Rings.
And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
It's me. Yeah.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This take it in at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr.
Yeah, I'm good.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
I'm looking at his ears to see if he got AirPods in him. I'm sitting on AirPods or not.
In all seriousness, the performances that we've
go
seen
back
this year,
again.
we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to be the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
There's going to be a runner. There's going to be a thrower. Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides.
So yeah, I'm glad he
might
won.
have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this
He was
season.
on time like a mug, though. So I give him that.
There is he'll get a yard to the 35.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Hurts to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the left sideline. Touchdown! A.J. Brown with career touchdown number 75. And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And when we had the active mass shooter training,
and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
We talked to all the people at Wells Fargo about what to do if there's an active shooter. you like give it 10 characteristics. Here's some of the characteristics that describe somebody who might be a potential. I had to go talk to the. After he was done talking, I said, "Yo, I had to." He said, "Send me an email." That's how me and him got tight. I'm tight with the ball. He like the Western Regional, blah, 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 security head, and blah, blah, blah. He called me up, hey, what's up, Dave? What's going on? What's up, Gabe? What's going on, Gabe? We cool. So I called him the red. I said, yo, all that shit you was taking? My second shift on, he checked like 9 out of 10 of them boxes.
Continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
This motherfucker talking about gun all the time. Nobody even asking about no gun. He talking about gun.
Lance now on first down.
I thought the other guy was just crazy.
Oh, he dropped it.
He called me
that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I heard him talking to himself.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And he talks about like off the ball shit.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Right.
Now Lance.
Eagle pressure,
too much this time. Down he goes.
So you know, because you know me, we both Caribbeanos. You know what I mean? We both from the Caribbean. That's why I was going to Trinidad. He said, oh, hey, so you know something. I'm from Cuba. I was from Cuba.
4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game.
Well,
Getting
I
more
thought
than
he
6 in
was
one
right
contest,
in
but winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
On 3rd and long, it's Lance. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So what happened to Joel? Joel wants to transfer. Oh, word? Well, him and Johnson was getting into it, I guess.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
I guess that's right.
Taking on the midfield logo. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
So he wants to transfer something.
Play clock down to 0. Exactly. And this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay the game.
I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5
well,
extra.
Hey, that's good.
They want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. He'll look to throw. Shakes off the sack. Flushed out.
I don't even know about that. We can know about. Oh yeah, but it's stop. Right. Yeah.
Inside the 20.
But you
Pick up there, 26 yards. There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance.
Touchdown, Eagles!
Devontae Smith,
an 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles are on their way to a 9-0 start as they build on to their lead.
They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Elliott good for the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
How much of that you get on that set?
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss.
Right, so the check coming up is already accounted for. Right. Okay.
On first down, Lance.
Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Hassan Reddick. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, they've got to have some pride here because this has been a worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Here's Lance. Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And Lance now to throw.
And that is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Philadelphia offense now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come back.